loves, and happy Friday. We made it to the weekend once again. Thank goodness for that. Today is going to be a bit of a busy day for us. As far as cash stuffing goes, we're going to cash stuff some of our binders as well as do our long-term savings challenges and our Survivor Collab challenge. It's okay. We can do it. We can do it. Let's get started in our bills binders of various sorts. So we'll start right here in the Fur Baby binder, and we are going to start in pet food, which will get $22 today. So that will give us, I don't know, let's give it a count. 100, 120, 30, 35, 36, and 37. 137 in pet food. Okay, in treats, gets a whopping $2 today. So it has 22. I started to say 122. I bet they'd be happy if it had 122 in it. Come on, get down in there. Thank you. Okay, toys and stuff also gets $2. And it also has 22. Okay, kitty litter, it gets $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of these are really gross. $4 into kitty litter, and so now it has 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Probably due to buy some kitty litter, so it's a good thing there's that much in it. And then lastly, vet visits gets $7. And so that one has 20, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, and 53. $53 in vet visits. Poor grooming gets skipped, but it has 20, I think, 10. It has 10. That's for things like, you know, nails and such. So we will start here into the kids binder, thing 1 and thing 2. In their savings envelope, they get $5 in each of their envelopes. They both have a saving and a spending. And in thing 1, he has $107 in his spending envelope. And then in his spending envelope, gets another 5. So now he has 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, and 42. $42 in his spending envelope. Okay, Little Miss gets $5 in her saving envelope. So now she has 6. And then in her spending envelope, she also gets 5. And so she has 22. 22 in spending. But since saving is empty, she doesn't get to spend any of it. Okay, next up will be our home and auto binder. For now, I have combined them. I want to see how I like having them both in the same binder, because I just had a teeny tiny amount of stuff in each one, and it just seemed silly to, you know, use a whole binder for that. So the only thing that we are getting into in this one is Buffer. And Buffer gets $5. So now buffer has 100, 120, 130, and 135. And I'm pretty sure, no, we do have one more thing to get into, and that is gas, which does not have a pretty envelope dashboard. I don't know, maybe I'll make it one. So now gas gets 25, so it has all together 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. Some of these bills are really gross and makes it very difficult to count. Okay, so that is all for that binder. Stand up, thank you. Next is our overall low priority binder. And what are we doing in here? I don't even remember. Not that, not that. I'm pretty sure the only thing that we're stuffing in here is groceries, and it gets 200. So now groceries has 100, 200, 300, 400, 420, 440, and 441. Perfect. Okay, last but not least is the bills binder. And we'll be doing just about every envelope in here this week. So we will start with Paramount, which gets $2. So 1 and 2. We started with $4.73. So $2 for Paramount, and it now has 1, 2, 3, and 4. $4 in Paramount. Next up is Netflix, and it gets $2. So now in Netflix, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. $6 in Netflix. Microsoft, it gets 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, that one's really gross. So now in Microsoft, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. $5 in Microsoft. Okay, why doesn't that? Good enough. Hulu gets 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so now Hulu has 1, 2, 3, 4, come here, 5, 6, and 7. $7 left, or $7 in Hulu. Sling TV gets a whopping $5 bill, and that's all it has. Amazon gets 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that is all it has. Internet, it gets 22. So 20, 21, and 22. I think I went ahead and adjusted this bill in my budget. I think I did. Pretty sure I did. So now internet has 20, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 36 in internet. Utilities gets 30. Its usual amount. So now in utilities, we have 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, and 38. I budget 120 for that one, and it's usually somewhere between 110 and 115. Cell phone also gets 30, and that's all it has. Electric gets 50. And so it has 56. YouTube gets 6, so 5 and 6, and that's all it has. Canva is getting 5, and this is to help me save up for its annual renewal, so it now has 60. And I made myself a tracker to go in here, and I will have to check to see. I can't remember if I updated it already or not. I don't know. I'll look. I'll find out. Cricut gets 1, 2, and 3, and that's all Cricut has. Instant Ink gets 10. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have a $5 bill left over, and that's because I didn't create a dashboard. And then last but not least is Creative Fabrica, and it gets $1, and that's also for its renewal. So this 5, let's see here. Let's put this 5 right here until I can get it a dashboard made, and that is for postage. Alrighty, so that is it for the bills binder. Give me just a minute and we'll get all set up for our long-term challenges. Okay, so let's get into our long-term savings challenges. These are things that I plan to keep in here for the whole year, or at least most of the year. And we will start right here in the Judy envelope, or at least that's what I'm calling it. So we're going to start with her save 25 a month each month for 2026. Each one of these icons is worth $5 and will save us $300 in the end. I did go ahead and color in my first icon. So I'm going to, oh, we have $50 here. I guess I could go through and count it, couldn't I? 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Okay. I found I just wasn't using a lot of the ones except to, you know, make 5s, and so we're just not bringing many. All right, so $5 in here, which gives us 30. And all 3 of Miss Judy's challenges in this binder are going to be at 30. So here's our cute little 2nd February gnome. Colored that one in. And that one is 5. This is her Sunday playing with friends. I know she rolls for them, but I can't quite afford to save what she rolls. And so I just do $5 a gnome. And I'm going to try to leave, while this sheet may change, I'm going to try to leave that money in there all year. At least that's my goal. All right, and now for her Saturday Night Live, we're going to add another 5. So we're starting on February for this one, and it gets 5. We ought to just call this, the $5 Friday with friends, maybe? I don't know. Something along those lines. All right, moving on. We have Nori's 2026 savings. This is from Nori at Norellis Budgets. You'll find this over on her Ko-fi. At least that's where I believe I found it. And we are saving in this one $5 a week every week in 2026. And each one of these bubbles is worth $5. So we'll just color in another bubble and add our $5. And so just like all the rest, this one has 30, 20, 25, and 30. All right, capture the color. This is one we are not rolling for this week. If you'll remember, we rolled for the center icon on this one last week. We didn't pay it. We just rolled for it. And I'm just gonna. And so this week we need to put in the $8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is from Ange Budget and Debt and Sitchy Saves. I can't remember where I got this one from. Was it a Ko-fi? Was it an Etsy? I genuinely don't remember. I got it quite some time ago and had just been hanging on to it. But now this one will save us $162 plus, depending, and the plus comes from what you roll for the center icons. So in this one, now we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 47 in Capture the Color. Oi, okay. The time has come. This is Saving Survivor. This is a savings challenge collab between Maddie over at Floating Funds, who is hosting the challenge, and 34 other content creators. She has we did have one person who elected to leave the collab, but I forgot to print off the new, the new name. Lord have mercy. That lists who all of us are. Yeah, words are apparently hard. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so this week is Nori from Norella's Budgets. We are doing hers this week, and it is a word search, and you have 2.5 minutes to find as many words as possible, and all the words are listed down here. So I am going to, this is going to be really boring. If I sat here in silence for 2.5 minutes, because if I want to, be successful, I'm going to sit here and be quiet about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer right here where you can see it. I'm sorry about there we go. Okay. So you guys can see it and Maddie can see it. I'm taking my glasses off because if I want to be able to see this stuff, I got to take glasses off. So yeah, I'll see you on the flip side. Let's see here. We have to find more than 10 words to pass. So here's hoping. All right, ready, set, go. Well, that didn't go well. I only found 5, which, means I failed. Okay. We're not going to talk about that. We'll just, we're going to put this away and we're going to move right on. Oh. All right. So whether I pass or I fail, I save $5 for that one. Oh, goodness. Seems like I fail more than I pass. Okay, next up, we have this one from Bookish Mama Budgets. My brain is still back on the thing, the Survivor collab. This is from Bookish Mama Budgets. This came to me in some my Ko-fi member exclusive package, and so this is a whole year worth of savings. So you have January through June on the front and July through December on the back, and so I'm just going right down the line. Ooh, 5. Okay, I'll take it. Most definitely I'll take it. So $5 going in here. So that leaves or gives us a total. I want to say she said this was like 300 and some. I don't remember though. 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, and $29 so far for the first 6 weeks out of the year. And then last but not least is the 52-week savings challenge. This comes to us from Maddie over at Floating Funds. So instead of doing a traditional 52-week challenge, which I would love to be able to afford to do, but it's a bit much for me. This was part of her budget miss. So she had this listed on her Ko-fi during, I want to say she did 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of December, I don't remember. Anyway, so I got this from her Ko-fi and I add $5 a week, hence why I said this just needs to be called $5 Friday. And so all together now we have saved 10, 20, 25, and 30, just like all the rest. $30 in that one. Okay, so we're down to the end and let's see what we have left. $7. Okay, well, what we could do, we could either add more to capture the color, and I'd have to get my dice tower out, or this is what I think we'll do. Let's go back to this one, Miss Judy's challenge, because this one is you're paying $5, paying $25 a month, whether there's 4 weeks or 5 weeks. So let's just go ahead and put that last 5 in here for this one. So then for the rest of February, we're not having to put in any extra. Oh, I just realized, no, we're not going to add that in because there is something I forgot that I got to get. Hang on. I forgot to grab Grow As You Go. Silly me. This is a savings binder that I got from Budget with Carly, and it has, I purchased the one where it's month-based. She has 2 different kinds. I chose the one that's based on month, so it has every month of the year in here. So if you'll remember, I'm going back for this like the money's in there. Last week, I just added 5 for half of that bonus. So now this week we're going to add the other 5. So we will mark that 10 off, 5 from last week and 5 from this week. And we're going to put our last $2 right in here. So, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and mark off one of the 2s. Okay. So we should have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is what we should have in here. And we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. We surely do. All right, friends. Well, that is it for us today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful rest of your Friday. I should probably put my glasses back on, and I will see you all back here on Monday. Bye, friends.